Alright everyone, hello and welcome to ARL Tier 3. We're in USA for round number 13, technically the home Grand Prix of our league. I am joined for once today with a co-commentator. I've got Mr. Milo Gaming from, you know him from Tier 1's amazing broadcasts. Milo, how are you doing today?
Thanks, Axe. I'm doing great. Hello, everyone. Yeah, great to be here watching some Tier 3. You know, I've missed a lot of it this season, and well, it's just good to be able to get the chance to co-commentate. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, a bit of a different atmosphere from the sweatiness of Tier 1. We still have a lot of people who sweat the game down here in Tier 3, but I would say overall the racing's a lot closer throughout the whole entire field. Kyogre's first to start a lap. He's on the soft tires, as is Chloe just behind him. Obviously, last weekend, we all know, Rundle took home the Drivers' Championship, but he's staying here in Tier 3. He wants to get the job done for McLaren to grab that Constructors as well, which good on him. I mean, big team player. And McLaren, as we all know, really great team if you're a part of that little organization. So, yeah. Not much to play for besides that Constructors' Championship. Obviously, the minor placings and the drivers. Second is possible for the likes of Ties and Utah Elephant, who's currently on the mediums in the pit lane. So we'll see if he decides to try something with the strategy here today. Will be an interesting one. As we were told, it's going to go dry to wet in this Grand Prix. Going to go Inter's final couple laps. I've had a race around here before, and I bottled the strategy, so I'm hoping that these guys don't. Will be interesting though to see the transition.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Always rain at USA. Usually is unexpected. I mean, we've had the real life Grand Prix. 2015 comes to mind, but yeah, especially as you've got the strategy, soft medium, into inters maybe, depends how early it comes, because the weather like source from the game when you're picking the strategy isn't always accurate. So it'll be really interesting once we get to that phase in the race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially depending on how early or late the rain hits, because it may stay dry conditions at the end. I've seen that a couple times around here. Yeah, I'd say rain's usually a issue sometimes around here. It's not like the regular. You don't see it every time, but it's enough of a threat to where most people will have wet setups just in case. But dry setups all out today, I'm assuming, unless, well, I don't know. I don't know why you'd have a wet setup on for a 5-lap Interstint at the end.
It's a slipstream going on down at McLaren as the champion LSJ Rundle is boosted by his teammate Communist there.
Yeah, I'd say around here slipstream can gain you a good amount of time. 2 long straights, you got the main straight and then you have the back straight. You can, if you pull it off correctly, you can get slipstream on both straights, because you can have your teammate kind of cut the S section a bit, build out that gap again, and then you can try it again on the back straight, but difficult to pull it off if attempted. But Rundle now, final couple corners. Out of VRS over the line, and just behind Kyogre, 0.3 of a second. Only 5 people to set a lap so far. Tricky circuit to hook up a full lap around here.
Oh,
especially
Solberg.
Sector 1. Oh,
Sudden spin.
Surfy to the top. Solberg in his first race back in quite some time in the Mercedes alongside Black Raw. Nice to see him return to Formula 1 action. I know he's done a bit of F2. We had a crazy one in Tier 4 yesterday with that safety car, and a ton of penalties. Absolutely destroying the finishing order. Tommy Karate took home the win yesterday, and his championship rival CJ managed 9th, which is enough to push the championship back. He could not win it yesterday, but it's creeping ever closer for Tommy. It should be one championship apiece from that McLaren versus Williams rivalry that we all love.
Yeah, it's been a really great battle in Tier 4. Obviously, Tommy Karate hasn't actually made every race, so the championship position that he's put himself in is nothing short of just incredible. He's done a great job this season, and there's no doubt that he'll probably get it done in Mexico unless something catastrophically goes wrong.
You never know, but I mean, it's looking very likely that he gets it done. And then Tier 2 later today looks, I would say, very interesting. Red Bull are absolutely dominating that constructors, but as for the drivers, it's Expulo just barely ahead. He's ahead 23 on FH, who's in the Haas, and then Atlantis follows with 142, and then a bit of a gap down to Maddie Chungus Bennett. But yeah, that one, Red Bull have done an amazing job as a constructor, and it looks like they've got the best chance of taking home that Drivers' Championship there as well, which would be great for that team.
Yeah, Red Bull obviously putting a lot of preparation every week, and they've known all season that FH every week is a threat to them, and they acknowledge how quick he is as well. So that extra preparation that they have, and just the overall teamwork between Atlantis and Xpilo put them in a really commanding position in the championship all season, and they deserve it.
Yeah, they do deserve it. I think out of anyone that I have on my friends lists, they're the ones I see a lot working together, trying to just nail the strategies, get as much time out of the car as possible, and hats off to them. They've done an incredible job. And finally, Tier 1, Jack versus Lewis, as we all love. 22 points is the gap, one less than your Tier 2 championship between 1 and 2. I have a feeling that one's going to the final race. I know you commentate and I race it, so we both get a healthy portion of it. So, any thoughts on that, and who you think could maybe take that one in the end?
Well, yeah, obviously Singapore obviously needed taking the win. It was you, Axe, so well done on that, of course. But
Thank you.
LMG there with a 22-point lead. He did exceptionally well to turn it around in the first part of the season. Everyone knows this, but VRT Lily, no, it's not like he's just lost all of his pace overnight. He had a week off due to karting. So it's not over for him. Someone else has been on a good run as well, Alfie, still holding on to that third place in the championship over you by 4 points, and then F1 driver is just 6 points back on that. So we've got a real good fight for first and third. So yeah, look forward to it.
It will be interesting to see, and especially with a lot of the alliances, quote unquote, that Tier 1 forms every weekend, with everyone partying up and all. If you know, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for first. It's gonna be interesting for third, because we got maybe like almost 5 people. I think. Yeah, from third to 7th, anyone there could probably take third place in the drivers if they put together these final couple of weekends. So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch that. And then constructors, it's between Williams and McLaren. I gotta do my math. That is 27 points separating Williams in first and McLaren in second. Red Bull will drop off to third, and then Racing Point, your team, in fourth. Yeah, that'll also be interesting as that goes on. I think that Constructors fight will definitely come down to whether Pluto or not can compete and put down the race results. We know he's capable of it, but we'll see how he goes, because it's no doubt that Lewis and Jack are on top, and then I've obviously had a couple wins, and Pluto, he's had a lot of bad luck this season. Hopefully he can turn it around and make it a very fair fight in these final couple of rounds.
Yeah, Dennis and Pluto, yeah. He had a good drive last week, 6th after a penalty removal, but 8 valuable points that just keep run a little bit to Williams. It's just, you know, if LMG can win the final 3 races, for example, that would increase their chances so much. I know you and Jack will be doing everything to prevent that, but that's what we love about Tier 1. You just don't know.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen every week, because I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to be first or 11th, depending on if you mess up one corner in a lap, so it's always a lot of fun. Back to Tier 3 now. We've got just under 5 minutes to go. Surfy's on pole with a 29.888, and Kyogre a couple tenths off of that. Surfy's the only one into the 29s. We'll see if anyone else can sneak in there. Notably, Mercedes having a nice day, currently 4th and 5th. We'll see if that translates to the race. I know they've had a lot of bad luck in some of the races, so it'd be nice to see them turn it around. Communist on a lap, currently 9th place, just inside the top 10. I'm interested to see what the guys 11th through 16th are going to do. What tires they're going to start on because of that rain.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's so hard to predict when it's going to come because the weather is not right on this game, but to be safe, you might even assume hards. A couple sets of mediums wouldn't be a bad shout if they really think inters are going to come. But yeah, for sure, maybe they'll avoid the softs.
Softs overheat first stint usually. So start on the mediums, and if you can maintain your pace on that tire, get the softs at the end. Very beneficial. In a full dry race, not too sure how that would work in the wet. I don't know when your crossover would be, when you'd want to put on the softs to get the most out of them, especially because we don't really know when that rain's going to come into play. So I just don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what people try, what works and what ends up not working, basically. Black draw to the line, and he'll stay 5th, improves a 10th on his time. 30.7. He's just ahead of Ties, and then the 2 Haas cars. Chloe is currently going through Sector 3 on her lap.
Tidy one so far. Found a little bit of time, and based on how close that is there from 6th to 8th, this could push her up a few positions, so...
Black Raw has retired on the racetrack. We'll see if anyone ends up reporting a blocked lap from that. Chloe goes up to 6th, almost in 2 tenths improvement. So good showing. She's looking like she's pushing another lap on. So we'll catch her a little bit further onto the lap. Anyone else? I think Rondell might be starting one as well. Charlie invalidated. Yeah, everyone's just starting the outlaps now, trying to get back to the line before the timer expires.
Surfy, the provisional pole sitter, has just started his final lap. I actually saw this pop up in the Discord chat, and he said it was a bad lap. It's 29.888, which at the moment seems really dominant. So we'll see what he has to pull out on this one.
Chloe also invalidated. Everyone's just starting laps now. Rundle's actually on the back straight right now. On his lap, see the split between sector 2 here. 3/10 up on his 0.4, so right now could be on for a second place provisionally.
Goggy's on an out lap in front of him. He's just let him pass now.
Dirty air, you don't feel it until you are out of it. So it's like it's a weird occurrence when you don't realize you have the dirty air. Now Rundle to the line and just shy of Kyogre's lap, and that's gonna be his quality over. He already did 2 laps on those tires, so he'll be 3rd at the most, which is obviously a pretty solid starting spot. Surfy's coming to the line, and where does he go? 6:69.29s. That's an incredible time compared to everyone else leaving the wheel there. Does anyone have anything to match that?
Kyogre's got a good first sector.
Solberg made a mistake on his time. Joe's through the grass. Communist to the line. He was 3/10 up, and he goes P5 at great quality so far from Communist. That's an awesome time for his standards.
Rapid goes to 5th. Joins Communist on row 3.
Well. Everyone's favorite, Raptor F1, currently last out of the people with the lap time, and he'll move up 14th, improved a second, almost 2 seconds on his time. Goggy invalidated, so he'll be starting last place, but he'll have the option of free choice of tire. Didn't catch the sector split. Yeah, Kyogre could challenge Surfy here. MNK also comes to the line. I think he was invalid if I remember correctly. He stays 12th. And now I think it's just Kyogre. Can he beat Surfy? He just barely edges him out. 2 people managed the 29s, and both of them got pretty deep into it. Those are incredible lap times for Tier 3 standards. Kyogre takes pole, and I think that is your qualifying.
Surfy pulling into the pits. He would have seen that at the top of his screen and gone, oh no. Just been pipped to pole, and when it's by the smallest of margins, it's always the most frustrating, because you know somewhere in that lap you've lost that time. But yeah, that's the nature of the sport. That's the nature of the game, and great lap from Kyogre.
Every weekend, Surfy is never first. Every time. He's either losing to Kyogre, he's either losing to Rundle. It's just he can never get it on that top spot, and unfortunately today he's just barely pipped by Kyogre. But the race is a different story. Rundle always has incredible race pace compared to that quali. And yeah, we'll see if I think those top 3 are gonna have an incredible race today. 4th on back a bit far off the pace in quali, but again, I think we could be in store for a very good one today. Looking at how close some of these times are, obviously you have your gap from 1 and 2. 1800ths of a second. Rundle 5/10 back, but I know he's always great in the race. Solberg 9/10 back. Rapid 9/10. Communist 1.1. Black Draw 1.1. Chloe 1.1. Ties 1.1.
Wow.
You see where I'm going with this. Very, very close in our midfield. We're in for a good one today. Unfortunately for Joe, he's 10th, so he does not get the free tire choice. Ryle's on back here. We'll see what they decide to do with it, as the rain will come towards the end of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it seems like such an exciting race on the cards that even the AI cars decided to join the session at the end there, at least on my screen. But look, it is overcast, and really, it does feel like it will come at any point. I think I saw someone in the chat says it was meant to start clear, so that might just bring the rain closer or earlier than anticipated.
Alternate strat OP, yeah, we'll see how it goes today as well because that rain's going to be at the end. Will people be able to stretch out? I know you can stretch the hards out to that rain period, but it's just the case of will they be even faster than making a pit stop? That I do not know. Drivers out on the grid. For the formation lap, we'll get your tire selections up, and interestingly enough, most have elected the softs. MNK and Charlie conservative on the medium tire. But that kind of tells me I think that rain might come a bit earlier than we anticipated.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see this now to see this the split of softs and mediums, like you say, because people going softs, it might mean we'll get it at the end of the first stint.
You can take softs about 11 laps before they feel like absolute rubbish. And those on fresh softs will be at a bit of advantage trying to stretch those out. Oh, Surfy and Rundle disqualified. Cold tires for them. We'll see how they get off the line compared to Kyogre, Solberg, Rapid. Not sure if they got just jammed up behind Kyogre or if they just hit each other, I guess. Not sure. I think we're in store for a good one. If this rain comes early, it will be beneficial for everyone on soft to start. But if that rain comes after they have to make a stop, MNK and Charlie in the box seat for a very, very good result today. We'll see how it pays off on their little gamble into the medium tire. And Joe says it was overcast, light cloud, and then rain.
Oh, right. So that's where I saw the light cloud from. So it's in the middle of the race. Wow.
That's usually it goes the other way around. It goes light, cloud, and then overcast. We'll see how that shapes up. Obviously, I mean, the overcast could have played into a lot of people's fears towards the back there, and they could have just strapped on the softs. I'm not too sure your thought process behind that, but we'll see how it goes for everyone here today as we get ready for 5 red lights. Starting to rev it up now. It's lights out and away we go. Kyogre looks like he's got a very good start compared to Rundle and Surfy on the cold tires. 3 wide behind them. Here comes Solberg down the inside, looking 3 wide for P2. Trying to take advantage of those cold tires and spun out! Solberg spun around along with Ties. Ties still has a front wing. Solberg, I can't tell. Might not, he might have hit that inside wall. Can't see it from my camera.
Great start by
No, he's actually got the full. He's got the full front wing. Kamius up to 3rd. Rundle's down the order in 13th. Big implications on the start. Ties spun out in Sector 1. He's down to last now. Almost 8 seconds behind the field. Charlie up to 9th as well. And the medium's a good start from him. Surfy's maintained P2. He's able to fire up the tires quicker than I'd expect him to. Communist up to 3rd. Already up a 2nd gap between him and Surfy. Just shows how incredible those top guys in qualifying were. And it's transferring over to the race at the moment.
Honda with wing damage, so very, very costly, especially on the soft tyres. He'll get that understeer. If he stays out, he'll keep getting that understeer. Oh, he is now. He's really struggling, and it's 3 wide almost.
Back Solberg making moves. Rundle boxes. I'm assuming for probably going to be a set of mediums, try and take it to the rain, take a gamble on it. We'll see what he decides. And yeah, it will be the mediums for Rundle. He's going to be mired at the back now, and he's going to be hoping that the rain comes after these guys have to pit off the softs. Black draw on the back of Rapid for 5th place at the moment. 2 Americans in their home Grand Prix.
Well, here he goes.
Kyogre as well. Down the inside, Black draw. And he will make that one stick, pushing Rapid onto the curb. And he'll get that one done for 5th place. Actually, Rapid fighting it back on the inside, doesn't have the straight line speed, doesn't want to waste the battery. He will stay behind. Again, Kyogre is also in his Grand Prix. Technically, he's from Hawaii. So this is his home race. Not too sure if he's actually closer to Texas or if he would be closer to Suzuka from where he is.
I mean, K-Boy. Watching further back, he's locked up. The infamous left that, well, everyone locked up that.
Charlie picks up a 3-second penalty. He's our first one. And Surfy sets your fastest lap of the race. So pushing Kyogre to the limit at the moment. Those top 2 have flown away from the rest of the field. Very, very close between 3rd to 8th, basically. All of them are in a train. Charlie's a bit of a gap. He's on the mediums, though. That would be expected. And then Charlie's got to train all the way back to Raptor, and then our bottom 2, unfortunately, to not have a great start to this one.
Yeah, well, Rundle in the clean air can stick with it. He's one of the drivers in the league that, you know, keeps persevering. You've got to take him in mind as well that he's just come into this race off the back of Nürburgring 24, so he's got that resilience in him, and he'll keep going.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that nothing can really stop him unless you take his wheel off the car. Joe got up to 6th, passing Rapid, and Riles on the back of Rapid as well. Rapid struggling a bit on these soft tires, trying to get him fired up, or maybe he got him too fired up and is losing performance.
Ooh, Kyogre's a bit loose. Just starting to feel the pressure behind from Surfy, or the racer just overheating at this point. That does tend to happen. Surfy in a better state for ERS as well, and he's got the DRS, so might see a change in lead very soon.
Yeah, Surfy looks very, very comfortable compared to Kyogre at the moment. Kyogre looks like he's just struggling a bit on those rear tires, maybe running a bit more suspension balance on that car. We'll see. Yeah, you could just see the grip that Surfy has through that section. Kyogre's tires screaming for help. And now Surfy, look, maybe could make a move down this back straight. He's gonna have DRS. Very close. Charlie, another 3 seconds.
Ooh.
Not the start he would have wanted. Now Surfy on the back of Kyogre to the inside. And it looks like Kyogre isn't gonna fight this one too hard as Surfy gets through for the race lead.
Yeah, I think Kyogre's acknowledged that he can't really fend off Surfy with his battery, with his tyres, because based on the driving, they seem shots with temperature, so he's just acknowledged that and not put up too much of a fight. But I also can't help but notice that it is getting a bit brighter, so the light clouds
Yeah, I agree.
is coming.
Yeah, the weather is correct from what they were saying. A little farther back, Riles got past Rapid, who's also struggling for tire wear. Not too sure what would be producing that setup issue, maybe. Actually, that could be a problem for my time trial setup. I know Rapid said he might have stolen that, and Kyogre obviously has me added as a friend. So I apologize if that is my setup doing that work.
Oh, Blue Goggy down the inside of Charlie.
And he'll get... trying to get that one done. He waits for the stray. He's got enough battery to get that settled. You can just stay close enough. Again, dirty air. Once you're out of it, you realize how bad it was sitting behind another car. Gagi from last place, starting position on the grid. He's up to 11th and looking for 10th. He's got to get by these medium runners who could be in a very good spot.
Chloe, go for
because for third, around the outside, can Chloe make it stick? I think she just barely kept it on the racetrack there. And now down the inside. Kami is still fighting it. Oh, gets a little snap of oversteer and had to take avoiding action. Cutting the corner a bit. Might have got a warning for that. But Chloe is through for third. 5 seconds back from the top two, who are, again, still just... even though Kyogre is struggling, he's still pulling away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, these two had a collision at the start in Russia a couple of weeks ago, but
That's right, yeah.
yeah, nothing wrong there with Chloe's move. And Communist braking late, however.
A little further back from them, Riles on the back of Joe, who also seems to be struggling for tire wear, who also likes to steal some of my time trial steps, so I really think this is my
Chloe with
problem.
the penalty.
I think I need to make a new setup for tomorrow's race. We'll see how that goes later. Riles on the back of Joe, 2.1 seconds behind Black Raw. Training for third place at the moment. Riles using the battery, looking to get Joe down the back straight, closing in to the inside and ahead before the corner. Nice and easy move, but did use a bit of ERS to get that one done. We'll see if he's going to be able to push along to catch the train for third. And a little further back, Bulgogi, Charlie going side by side. Now to the tricky left-hander. Goggy's got the inside line.
Ooh.
And Charlie, gets very close. Might have hit the back of Goggy there on the apex. But Goggy is now through for 10th place and climbing up. Start on fresh soft spin at the back. That is Raptor. He's going to be behind Ties in between. Ties and Rundle. Ties yet to make a stop. Rundle did. Rundle on those mediums, and he's closed up a decent amount. Just charging on. Goggy and Charlie again into turn one. Goggy does not want to use his battery, but he's being forced to by Charlie. Side by side into the S's, and Charlie gets ahead. Goggy backs out of it, and under pressure now from MNK, who tried to find a way through. Got into the back of Goggy, and now Goggy's teammate Hissy gets by. MNK has damage on the right end plate there.
I don't think he'll be too happy with that, because it just seemed that the Blue Goggy just slowed his speed far too much for his liking. Don't be surprised if that goes to the stewards after this race, because yeah, we do tend to get unhappy with those things, and fair enough in the heat of the moment, but
It's, I think the mediums are probably going to be starting to come into it now as well. Softs are probably going to start going off for everybody at this stage. So, yeah, that's really unfortunate for MNK. With the wing damage, he won't be able to capitalize on a lot of that. We'll see if he decides to stay out or if he's gonna box again. Or sorry, box for the first time this race.
Renault
Also
curse.
didn't. Oh, yeah. Square in the chat pane. Team really is cursed. Hopefully the Alpine
Oh, Solberg.
works. Yeah, Solberg around the outside of Rapid.
Yep.
And he'll get that one done. Rapid backs out into the S's. Solberg picks up a 3-second penalty, actually. Trying to make that one stick. Got a bit wayward. That'll be added to his total race time at the end. Didn't really notice until I looked up, but Kyogre's out of DRS of Surfy. Surfy's pulled away. 1.6 now is the gap between your top two. Side by side for 4th place, and a little further back, another Merc trying to make a move. That's Solberg. Joe in Rapid as well. Joe's ahead of Rapid for 8th. Solberg has a little work to do. He's back into DRS of Riles. Riles hasn't been catching Black Draw all that much. And Chloe's actually pulled out a gap now to Communist as, what do you know, first one to pit, Kyogre comes in. I called it earlier in qualifying. I was saying undercuts might be interesting.
Yes.
Due to the rain.
Medium's on.
Kyogre onto the medium. Yeah. Very early stop for the medium tire, but could pay off if that rain hits at the perfect time for him. Gonna come out just behind the Ferraris and the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, that's gonna hinder his performance on that undercut. Trying to get by Hissy, but can't really pass into Sector 1. Communist picking up a 3-second penalty. In currently 3rd place, net 4th.
The difference.
But now you can see, yeah, those mediums look very good for Kyogre. He's got around the outside. Hissy, a nice move. No contact made. And now we'll chase after Goggy and Charlie. But again, yeah, this undercut's going to be hindered by that traffic that he's encountered. Went a little bit too fast. If you went a little slower, he would have come out just behind them and had some clean air for a lap. It was a little bit faster. He would have been in clean air between Charlie and Joe, and down the inside of Goggy. A bit of contact that time, but gets through with the superior grip. Kyogre up to 10th now. And I was going to say, you can see now the gap between Rundle and your leaders, Kyogre. As Surfy actually stays out another lap, which could help Kyogre out, because he's been hindered on this one. Chloe and Black Draw box, as does Joe, so a double stack at Haas. We'll see how that works for them.
Maybe this means
Kyogre now.
Maybe this means Utah Elephant can't go any longer, you know? 9 laps might just be the limit for some drivers. Mediums go on for Utah Elephant, but interestingly, AMS Chloe, she has gone onto the hard tyres, so she might be assuming that the game does one of those things where the track, well, it's a wet track, but it's not enough for inters. That does happen, and well, it does have its advantages going onto the hards, I suppose, in a race like this, but whether they come.
Yeah. We'll see how it works out for her. She's the only one on the hards at the moment. Everyone else, softs or mediums. Kyogre did get by Charlie, and he's on a big push lap right now, as I'm assuming Surfy's probably coming in this time by, as it doesn't look like this rain's coming anytime soon.
Yeah, I made a wrong assumption that might be here by the end of the first stint, but that just hasn't happened. Surfy is in though. Reached 10 laps on those softs with no visible issues. He's been driving exceptionally. Fair play. Good first stint from Surfy in those.
Yeah, absolutely. He's almost flawless through that. No penalty to his name, along with Kyogre, no penalty yet. So both of them look good. Kyogre used a lot of battery. He's down to 20% and losing now. goes quicker on this lap. And where does he
There he
come out in
goes.
comparison to Surfy? And he's come out ahead. 2-lap undercut.
Ooh.
And just barely ahead of Surfy. Surfy's going to have a little bit of work to do. Both of them a bit low on the ERS front. But yeah, Surfy's going to have 2.
Penalty.
Oh, as he picks up a penalty.
Nasty.
New grip. He got the grip on those tires and didn't expect it.
Chloe's got another penalty as well.
Charlie's in a good spot if the rain comes before he has to pit. He's currently 4th, would be 3rd once Riles has to stop. Riles 11 laps on the softs. Unfortunately, Surfy came in the lap. I'm assuming Riles probably also wanted to pit.
We had Raptor around again on the previous lap for the second time at turn 15. So, he seems to be struggling with getting the power down there. But Black Raw is ahead of Communists. Down into turn 12, however. The RS is helping him out there.
He's got a 1.4 second gap to Chloe ahead. Chloe is on the hard, so she'll be struggling a little bit at this stage. Communist back down the inside of Black Draw. Very nice move. And I think he's made that work.
Black Raw with a tighter line, but Communist holds it
Not
around there.
enough.
Very brave. Penalty
Brave
for Black
and
Raw.
great move. As Black Draw a bit wayward on that exit there. Picks up the time penalty. A lot of people at this stage do have the penalties. Kyogre still ahead of Surfy. As back again, side by side, Black Draw ahead into turn 1. We'll see if he's able to pull the gap out through sector 1. As Joe's ahead of Riles, who had just pit. Again, took those softs 11 laps, just an insane amount. Raptor is yet to pit off the softs, which is interesting.
I don't think he's having a great day so far.
No. Well, he doesn't have too many of those in Tier 3, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly.
Ties a 3-second penalty. Charlie also picked one up a second ago. Yeah, a bit status quo for the moment. Unless Communist makes a move on Black Draw. It goes Mercedes, McLaren, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the moment. Oh, run into the back of Black Draw. Communist broke very late. Solberg a 3-second penalty in 7th. Rundle yet to get a penalty. Kyogre yet to get a penalty. Rapid, Hissy, and Gagi. Rapid on another set of softs, so that's a bold strategy from Rapid.
And if that works, he'll be a hero. But I don't know. It's not easy to overtake, especially as he'll feel he was one of the drivers to be visibly struggling on the first set. But
yeah.
So how easy will it be for him to get past these medium runners who'll be feeling a lot more comfortable?
Charlie boxes and he's put on the hard tires. Black Draw another 3-second penalty in 4th. So everyone has pit, I believe, except Raptor. The man, the myth, the legend. Rundle has taken those mediums since lap 1, the end of lap 1. But he's had good enough pace to where he's put himself back into 7th place at the moment. We'll see if he's able to stretch those to the wet period. I'm assuming that's probably his goal. Can he, though? That's another story. As Solberg gets by Communist for 5th.
And Riles on Newtown Elephant.
Just behind this McLaren versus Mercedes battle.
A lap ago, it was Mercedes, McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren. Now it's Mercedes, Mercedes, McLaren, McLaren. So that's changed, but intriguing.
Interested to see if Communist lets Rundle by to have a go at the Mercs. Although Rundle does have a lot more wear on the tires, I don't know how that would compare to his current pace compared to those 3 in front of him. as these guys have actually caught Chloe as well on the hards. So make it a 5-car battle for P3. I think I called that from qualifying. Everyone was like in that 1.1 range, which is nice to see. Fortunately, Ty's dropped out of that battle. He's 15th. See if he can snag a point or two out of this one. Unfortunate day for him. And yeah, at the moment, even if Rundle probably didn't win that championship last weekend, he probably would get it this weekend. Comparing him to Joe and Ty's current positions. As Kami has dropped out of DRS, and now Rundle's gonna go through. Not too much of a fight between teammates, and just ahead of them, Black Raw will get past Coley for 3rd.
Yeah, Black Raw does have 9 seconds of penalties, which, if this battle resumes as it does throughout the whole race, yeah, he'll be in deep trouble, maybe dropping a few extra positions. But Chloe and Stolberg on 6 seconds can easily pick up another one. Fastest lap from called Kyogre, as he keeps Surfy behind. They're both on very similar ERFs, so
yeah, very interesting that Kyogre seems to be thriving a lot more on these mediums than he was on those softs. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a setup issue from my end, I'm assuming. I'm usually better on the second tire, as Solberg looked for a mega dive.
great
Chloe
switchback though.
did not work. Excuse me?
I said great switchback though.
Yeah, Chloe got the switchback on Solberg and holds P4 for the time being. Solberg a 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That puts him at 9 as well, so the Merc's not great on the track limit so far today. Riles a 3 as well, starting to roll in now as you get towards the middle part of the race. Charlie as well, I think that's his 12th second.
He's really struggling on the hards now. Yeah, he's gone off. He's gone off. He's driving into the wall. Oh my.
Oh, Charlie off in 15th now behind Ty's. As Chloe and Solberg side by side. Solberg trying to go around the outside. He'll turn to the inside for the left-handers. Walks up the inside, but gets it done. More grip on the mediums at this stage of the race. That's to be expected. Solberg's through. Merc 3-4, discounting the penalties as actually Communist gets by Rundle for 6th place. So another swap in McLaren.
I think Rundle's starting to feel the wear now and just.
Yeah. This tire's going to be screaming for help at this stage.
Yellow flag is Charlie.
Oh, Charlie off and out.
Safety car.
And that brings out, a full safety car.
Ooh.
What to do now? Well, Kyogre and Surfy have a free pit stop.
They do. 21 seconds. By the way, we haven't really picked up on that, but that is a huge lead.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that kind of dominance in quite some time. I've seen your Rundle here and there like 10-15 seconds, but 21 seconds in the first stint alone, that's, or not even first stint, that's like halfway through the race. That's incredible. Those two push each other so hard. Now it's what to do on the tire front, because lap 16, softs would be a stretch to the end, but would they be a stretch to the rain? And does the rain come heavy enough for inters then, is your gamble? It's a tough call.
Kyogre's pitting.
Very tough call.
Surfy stays out.
Surfy stays out, so Surfy decides to stay on his medium tires. Kyogre pits, we'll see what he decides to go for, as the train for 3rd place as well. They're going to get to catch back up to those top 2 and get another chance at it. One Merc pits, one stays out, that's expected.
Yeah,
Black Raw comes in. Yeah, Rundle Communist and Chloe stay out, so Chloe on the hards doesn't elect to pit again for some mediums. Interesting. Kyogre's on the soft.
Wow. Well, these guys will be
And
on their
he's come out
Jeffs.
5th.
Well, on the radio to the many Jeffs in the pit lane. When's the rain coming? And, well, if they really think it's close enough for softs, we will get some rain soon enough. It's a little bit more overcast, but I don't know. It's really hard to tell at the moment.
Yeah, and Kyogre's now 5th. He's behind Communist, Chloe, and Sober, who all stayed out. And then he's got Hissy and Riles behind him, who also stayed out. Yeah, everyone choosing the softs here. So Rundle, Black Raw, Joe, Goggy Ties, MNK, Raptor just pit for softs as well. Rapid Extreme goes conservative on the mediums, which is probably what I would have done, to be honest. 11 laps on softs, it's difficult, but end of the race, low fuel, it's possible. But yeah, it's just whether or not that rain hits enough to put on the inters, helping out those guys who have, I don't know who really helped, to be honest. I don't know. Would it help the guys who pit? Would it help the guys who stayed out? Depends on the track position, I think.
Surfy's opted for the track position, but remember, Kyogre still yet to get a penalty. I'm actually going to check his warnings.
Yeah.
Well, he has one, and that came on lap 3, so he has done an incredible job with track limits. When it matters the most at USA, and in a scenario like this, where the race can be won on penalties, big or small. So, yeah, great job from him so far. He's now taken the gamble with the soft tyres, and I'm looking forward to the end of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a 9 to go restart, so should easily make it on the softs now. But yeah, it's going to be whether or not Kyogre can slice through these guys ahead of him to catch Surfy, because we know how quick Surfy was compared to those guys. And Kyogre is known a bit to be impatient. I would be one to say that from team leader stance. He's a bit impatient with drivers, which is a flaw in his racecraft. We'll see how it plays out for him, though. Again, these guys are on a much slower tire compound now, this stage of the Grand Prix. And obviously, the guys 8th, 9th, 10th, they're going to be looking pretty good as well to close up to these guys once again. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because I was thinking maybe Surfy hasn't really gambled this one by staying out. Because if you remember last weekend, I'm sure, I believe you know, his incredible pace in the wet at the end of that race compared to Rundle. He caught Rundle from 12 seconds back in about 10 laps.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he's thinking. He's thinking maybe if he can just maintain and stick with Kyogre the best he can, the rain hits, they have to go to the inters. Surfy maybe has a shot at winning this one.
We'll be leading the restart.
See. Yeah, he's gonna bring them to the green flag. And well, almost looked like they were going double file there for 3rd place. That'd be a great NASCAR reference here in America. Our restarts in NASCAR are double file. You have to line up next to the guy in front of you. But yeah, everyone warming up the tires, trying to get the last bit of temperature in. Surfy has let the safety car hit the pit lane. He can go anytime he pleases now. When does he want to go? Looks like he's going to go out of the corner now and burns the overtake down the straight. He's got a great launch. And so does Kyogre. He looked to the inside of Communist. Does he have enough for a lunge? Communist goes defensive and Kyogre around the outside move. This could be interesting. I was going to say, if he kept it side by side there, that could have been disaster for both of them. Going through the S section now to the outside goes Kyogre, and look at the tire grip he's got around the outside of Communist, and now all over the back of Chloe already.
Same again on Chloe, softs versus hards. They're looking as soon as possible into turn 12 will be his best bet, but it won't be easy considering they'll both have the slipstream. Oh, he's got the twitch and he's gone wide.
Maybe picked up a warning there. A little farther back, Black Draw getting by Riles as well. Black Draw is second on the new soft compound tire, and he gets through for 6th place. A little farther back, that'd be Rapid, Bulgogi, Hissy exchanging positions. Rundle up to 8th as well, passing Utah Elephant. Kyogre got by Chloe as well. Now looks to the inside of. Took a warning there, I would assume. I don't think he meant to dive that on Sober. He just had so much more.
He did get a warning.
Now, yeah, that's 2 warnings now for Kyogre. Needs just 1 more and it's even with Surfy. Rundle as well, by the way, doesn't have a penalty, so he could be on for a podium even if he stays where he is. And now here comes Kyogre on the back of Sober using the ERS to the inside. Late braking, and he'll get that one done. As long as he keeps it on the track. Yes, he does. Black Raw also follows suit in the 5th place. He's on a charge right now. Could be in for a good result as well. Does have the 9 seconds penalty, so.
Utah Elephant makes contact with Riles. Just misjudged the speed there into the corner. It was similar to MNK Boy did, just.
Oh, yeah. Again, look how close to the back of Riles to the inside now goes Joe.
Turn 11 is an overtake opportunity, and he's actually gone for it. So is Black Raw for 4th.
Black Raw passing Chloe now is going to charge to the back of his teammate, but Chloe has something to say about that. Using the battery to the outside. Can she brake late enough compared to the soft tires? Brakes later, actually, than Black Raw, but doesn't have the grip on the exit. Black Raw stays ahead for 4th. A little farther back, Riles got past. Now here comes Rapid Extreme on the new medium tire. Went conservative on that pit stop, and he gets ahead for 9th place. Right behind them, Gaki goes down the inside of Ties. Can't make it work. A lot of action at the moment.
Yeah, and while all that's been going on, Kyogre is now half a second behind. Is that a move at turn 19?
That's incredible if he's pulled that. Rundle past Chloe. Rundle's got a lot of battery. So does Solberg as well, but he's 2.3 back. Very close for the race lead now. Kyogre all over the back of Surfy is what we expected. They've pulled out a 2.5 second gap to the field already. Now, through Sector 1, you can just see the grip Kyogre has. He has to use it now before those mediums wear back into it. Black Draw, another penalty. That might be his downfall from a podium position today. And now DRS enabled. Does Kyogre have enough in a straight line to get by Surfy? Rain on the dashboard. It's finally hit 7. Coming to 7 laps ago. Kyogre not close enough to Surfy. Doesn't have enough battery. Surfy another. Again. Oh no.
And of all reasons
Surfy
that was caused.
6 seconds.
That was defending. Rundle again, side by side with PFL Solberg. These two great racers.
These two have raced with each other for a long time. Years now, almost. And Rundle is through on the new soft.
They were looking forward to today racing each other in Tier 3. They've had their little battle. Rundle's up to 4th. But look at Kyogre now.
Kyogre made contact with Surfy in Sector 3 because of how slow Surfy was taking some of these corners on those old medium tires, not representative to his pace, obviously. But Kyogre now through for the race lead. But with the rainfall now coming, what happens? Does it stay dry? Do we hit the inters? Does Surfy have the same pace that he did last week in Singapore? Hissy's gambled early onto the inters. I don't think that's going to work. Questions will be answered soon. The two Haas I was gonna say the two Haas boys, but that's not exactly correct. Joe on the back of Chloe for 6th place. Should be a relatively easy one. Chloe does not have DRS to the car ahead. And Joe's got a lot of battery to burn.
I'm sure they'll be communicating. DRS. Yeah, Chloe's made it very easy. Just shown him to the left-hand side. But Rundle up to 3rd, a podium position. From last on lap 1.
And by the way, that's technically P2 at the moment, as Surfy's 6 seconds are applied. Can Rundle catch Kyogre? That might be the next question. Can he catch Kyogre? Does Kyogre get a penalty? Does Rundle get a penalty? Those two have been flawless so far today. Chloe picking up a time penalty, as I was saying that. Doesn't look like anyone's gambling for the inters. Doesn't look like it's paid off at all for Hissy,
Communist
unfortunately.
around! Oh my. Up the inside of Chloe at turn 19 was never going to be too wise. But Goggy's in, Ties is in, Communist is in.
So,
is this it?
Interesting. A gamble from the guys at the back. Yeah, they're pitting for the inters. Communist, I think after that spin, had to gamble on the tire strategy. Yeah, all those three onto the inters. We'll monitor them as we go. Rundle's caught up almost within a second now of Surfy. DRS is still enabled.
You might well see it pop up in the next minute or two. Because based on the fact drives have gone for inters.
16.5, 16.6, 16.7, and Goggy is not gaining on Raptor. And I don't think it's just time yet. Actually, I don't think it's time yet. I think maybe one more lap. It's not working for Goggy at the moment. Yeah, Kyogre's pulled out now a 3-second gap to Surfy. Rundle's on the back of Surfy as well. Staying out strategy for Surfy's not worked out so far.
None of the top 3 pitting, nor is Black Raw, nor PFL Solberg, nor the 2 Hasses. So everyone basically in the top 10 confident that it's still enough for drives, but here's Rundle.
He goes to the the outside of Surfy, gets the traction, can't get it down. The hand goes up, and he's now through. Black Draw also looking to get through. Black Draw has the penalty, so he needs to get a move on to try and maintain points finish, basically, in this one. So he'll be all over the back of Surfy. Kind of in a different race, to be honest, than Surfy. Rundle now 3.6 behind Kyogre. Does he have enough in the tank to go catch Kyogre? The lap's winding down now. Riles did pit on that last one for some inters. I can't really tell if they're faster because Communist is catching Goggy, but Goggy wasn't catching
Surfy down to
so I don't know. Black Draw on the brakes gets tapped from behind by Surfy. And Black Draw is now through for 3rd. Next up. Oh, as Ties is out of the session. VSC, this could be the crossover. Ties actually, no, Ties was on the inters and DNF'd. Out of the S section. This car's disappeared. Do they pit? Is the question. Kyogre's pitting. Kyogre is pitting.
So is Rundle.
It's going to be coming to 4. 4 to go. And our top guys now are pitting. Black Draw follows. Surfy stays out. Surfy stays out.
He's
cut
missed
the
it.
pit and exit.
Oh, and Solberg's got a drive-through for speeding under the BSC.
Silver was in the
we're
pit
gonna
lane,
crash.
though. That's ridiculous.
Chloe. Oh, and MNK boy's struggling to get into the pit lane as well.
Oh man, Chloe got disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
My.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well,
Okay.
Our top two are currently out on dry tires. I don't know if they meant to stay out.
No.
What just happened?
Yeah, it's certainly time for Inters. That was now or never. Great opportunity there under VSC to just confirm the pit stop.
Yeah.
Raptor is 12th, and yeah, he's just exited the pit lane onto the Inters now. He's not too far off a point, so we'll see how he can perform in the wet.
Raptor for points, question mark. Kyogre's caught up to Joe already, gained 3 seconds in Sector 1 alone. It's definitely time for Inters. It's caught out Surfy, it's caught out Joe. Surfy again. Man, he just can't win a race. It's so frustrating.
And what?
It's gotta be so
Surfy
frustrating.
will be down in like 6th, 7th, maybe towards 8th or 9th. From this final sector, Kyogre's gonna go for it at turn 15. And, well,
Surfy can't
easy as you like.
Yeah. If Kyogre keeps it clean, he's smooth sailing to a race win. Now Rundle on the back of Joe and Surfy. I'm assuming they're gonna pit this time.
If one of them misses it again.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Well, Surfy is first up.
Yep, and Joe also diving it in.
They've
Looks
done
like
it.
they both made it. They both made it in. And Solberg also has to pit and serve a drive-through, which is a bit of a problem.
Ooh, that is...
Does this... Oh, wait, it's going to serve the drive-through first
Yeah,
if he pits.
you can't
Oh,
hit
dear.
with a drive-through. This is going to be it for him. He will be plumb last.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a retirement
No,
in
he's
the pit
pitting.
lane if it... Is it actually? Oh, wow, okay.
Did he have a
Still not... Yeah, he said he did. Race director.
I wonder if he served it or not the previous lap. Because, no, he did.
Drive through.
He did come into the pits on the previous lap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it did serve it.
It must have served
Okay.
it.
So now 12th, though. It's going to be a miracle for him to get some points today. Raptor, by the way, 2 seconds off points. Keep an eye on that. Raptor for points.
We believe in you, Raptor.
Get the hashtag going on Twitter. Get it trending quickly. 3 to go. And Kyogre's pulled 5 seconds to Rundle. Rundle seems he does not enjoy the wet conditions. Maybe it's a dry setup on a wet track kind of thing from Rundle, but yeah, he doesn't seem to excel as much as he does in the dry from what we've seen from him. Black Draw on the back of him. Rapid Extreme, by the way, a great effort up to 4th place.
Yeah.
No penalty as well, ahead of Surfy. And if Rapid has enough pace in that car, he might be able to jump Black Draw for a podium in a home Grand Prix. Ooh, snap of oversteer from him. Now, just 2 more times around. Raptor's losing time to Communist, oh dear. Does he have the penalty advantage? He does. He has the penalty
Does he?
advantage.
Oh my.
Raptor has 3 seconds of penalties, Communist 6 seconds, and Riles has 9 seconds ahead. This is going to be tight. Yeah, Black Draw has 12 seconds. Rapid is 15 behind at the moment, so currently Black Draw would keep his podium spot, which is impressive to say the least.
Yeah. No.
No.
No, the one thing he didn't have to do.
Now he has to catch Communist and pass him on the racetrack for this one.
Unless
In
Communist
about
gets
2
another
laps,
pen.
3 seconds. Unless, yeah. We will see. Rapid is closing the gap a bit to Black Draw, but it doesn't look like it's enough at the moment unless Black Draw makes a mistake of some sort. Rapid's holding his own currently in 4th place.
Communist on blue, Goggy.
Communist actually. Side by side, this could help out Raptor if they make contact, which they do. Again, still side by side. Communist going down the inside. And he's made that one stick. Looks like Communist putting a car in between and on his way. Looks good to finish well today as we are on the final lap of the race. Kyogre, he's done a great job. From a strategy front, struggled early on those soft tires, but on the mediums found his way, was able to hold back Surfy, took the gamble on the softs under the safety car, and it has paid off. And Surfy did not pay off for him today, and he's currently 5th place. Other than that, storyline's Rundle as well, from last to second, which is incredible in its own right.
You know, this is what he alludes to when, like, in the Tier 1 Twitch chat, for example, you know, he's always mad when people just DNF after a couple of laps on their own or something. This guy went through it for a while, and here he is at the race in with P2 at the moment. So yeah, he's done really well, Rundle. And Tier 1 drivers from Singapore, take note.
Yeah, we didn't have many finishes from that. Final corner, Kyogre is going to win in his home Grand Prix and takes home 25 championship points. Actually, might be 26. Yes, it is. 26 points today in a great effort. Rundle, 2nd place. And does Black Draw keep P3? It's going to be close.
14. Just 2 seconds in it.
So Black Draw gets a podium in his home race. Rapid Extreme, a respectable 4th. And then K-Boy. Yeah, Surfy losing positions off the penalties as well. Now down to 7th.
Oh, and Raptor is spawned.
Well, I don't think he was going to get that final point anyway, unfortunately. But
that's
Silver's going to pass by. Good sportsmanship. Raptor finishes 11th in the end. And that was a very interesting end to that one. Driver of the day is Goggy. Started last. I would say I would give driver of the day to Rundle, personally. Between him and Kyogre, I think.
I
Definitely.
mean, you could easily split the award.
Well, yeah.
Both of them did so well, but you know,
both incredible drives from their own.
Surfy's penalties, they all cost him, and yeah.
For Surfy's hope, I pray that his luck turns around for him. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, from his point of view, he started the race really well. And obviously just didn't work in the end. 2 Americans on the podium, 3 in the top 5. Home race showing up nicely. Riles also got into the points as well, I think. Yeah, all the Americans did score points today, which is lovely to see. Myself being a proud patriot. I'm not really, but Kyogre wins. Rundle 2nd, Black Draw 3rd, Rapid 4th, MNK 5th, Utah Elephant 6th, Surfy 7th, Bulgogi 8th, Communist 9th, and rounding your top 10 is Riles. Raptor finishes 11th, Hissy 12th, Sober ties Charlie and Chloe, who got disqualified for blocking the pit lane somehow. That was an interesting one. Rounds out your field, 16 drivers competed today. See if we can get top 3 in for some interviews. I'll have my weekly talk with Rundle. Oh, well. Get Black Draw back in. Let me see. Alrighty. If we can get Black Draw, we'll start with him. There we go. Alright, make sure you guys include your audio. I'll start with you, Black Draw. A lot of penalties, but still managed to hold on to third in the end. How did the race go from your perspective?
It was very frustrating, getting penalty after penalty. And at the end there, I went as slow as possible in that S section, just not risking it. And it was just me sitting behind Chloe and Communist, and then the safety car came out. Got really lucky. My controller batteries were dying halfway through. No vibration, just held it out, got the podium.
Congratulations. Home Grand Prix as well, good points. Let me check quickly while I have this open. Point standings wise, you're currently 9th before today. You might jump Surfy for 8th. Do you have any expectations for your championship with just 2 rounds left after today?
Well, as we saw, the time penalties were bad, so Mexico's going to be even worse.
Oh dear.
But hopefully I can maybe get 5th in this championship, but I'm going to have to put some good Grand Prix together. Hopefully get it.
Congratulations. Hopefully for your sake next week goes a bit better on the penalty front. But Mexico is a difficult one, as you said. Mile, would you like to talk to Rundle for 2nd place?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Rundle, great to have you here.
Hello.
I'm sure this is a norm for you, and I'm sure you get asked similar things every week. But never give up, eh? Basically, nearly last to 2nd place. How was that for you?
I'm sweating. I'm a ball of sweat. It was a great race. Had to get a safety car to get back into it, and I did. Went onto the softs, cut through the traffic. Those laps on the softs before the inters, favourite laps of the season. Just cutting through, overtaking. Brilliant. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's good to be on the podium.
Yeah, and there's 2 more races, of course, in the season that you're so committed to getting the job done in. Mexico and Brazil. Are you and everyone at McLaren confident?
We're always confident, yeah. We love Mexico. It's going to be a good race. And yeah, we need to... I think Williams are slowly eating into our constructors, at least in the combined. So we need to stop that and yeah, just extend that gap a little bit more.
Alright, no, that's it from me.
Congratulations again. I have my weekly talk with you. Yeah, I Williams outscore you today in the constructors fight, but both of your cars did end up getting points today. Communist got in the lower end. Do you feel you need any luck to turn it around, or is it just down to pace alone?
It's always down to pace. I mean, luck will help you 1 out of every 20 situations. So it's always down to pace. It's great to see Con back in the points. He span at one point and was down in 13th or 14th. So yeah, just consistency, outscore the Williams, job done.
Good answer. I like it. I'm looking forward to watching it as we got 2 more rounds to go. And finally, Kyogre for Team Williams. Pro team owner moment. We're 2 for 2 this weekend. in our home Grand Prix. Both Americans have won so far this weekend. Didn't have the pace stint won, but brought it home in the end. Surfy unfortunately bottled. You have any thoughts on today's race?
Well, it was definitely a very tough race to win, but I have no words. The intermediate stint was very good, as well as the second soft tire stint, because if I didn't go on the softs, I probably would have came out. I probably would have lost a bunch of positions to the soft tire runners like Rundle, but yeah, just really, really happy to finally get a win, and I hope we can continue on from here.
Yeah, hopefully for your sake. You've had a pretty unlucky affair most weeks, and it's nice to see you finally on the top step at technically the home Grand Prix nonetheless as well. So congratulations, and we'll see if you're racing later. Might be some inquiries about that.
I might. I'm not too sure because I don't know if I can make
We'll
it.
see. Okay. I know Patriot cannot race, unfortunately, so that's why I'm kind of hoping you might be able to. But nonetheless, it's a great day for you today, regardless of what happens later. And yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is gonna do it. Milo, do you have anything else from today?
Just very quick congratulations to our three on the podium, of course, and everyone else that raced. Yeah, great to be here. It was a really fun race to commentate with you. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. It was different. I'm usually alone, so it was nice. That's gonna do it for our Tier 3 broadcast. Make sure you tune in about 45 minutes or so until Tier 2 we're back in the USA. We'll see if any weather implications come there as well. Yeah, that was a very, very action-packed race today. It was a very fun one. And I hope you guys join us later today and tomorrow again, Tier 1 as well, 5 p.m. UK. And that is going to do it for from me and Milo and our 3 podium sitters.